Hey.
Hey everybody, it's good to see you. We're hanging out live with some friends of ours, Jack and Sherry Vale, and we're going to have an awesome time talking with you guys today about how we have fun together as a family. So it's great to see you guys here in the chat. I see some of you hanging out here with us. We're going to talk a little bit, but ask your questions as we're going through this because we're definitely going to do our best to answer as many of them as we can as it relates to having fun together as a family. Hopefully give you guys some ideas and some stuff of how we do that and how the Vales do that, and maybe you get some ideas from it too for your family. So hi Jack and Sherry, thanks for hanging out with us. Good to see you guys.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having us, you guys. Appreciate it. Hi, Tim, Dana.
Hi. So they have a family vlog and a prank channel. Jack's probably known best for his pranks, which I really love. I don't know when I first saw one of yours, Jack. It was several years ago. And one of my favorite ones is when you went. One I watched many times is when you looked up people's personal information on Facebook and then just walked up to them. Was that a collab you did, or was that on your channel?
No, that was on my channel.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Okay. Yeah. I watched that one several times and showed that to several people. But so, and one of the reasons I like Jack's pranks, guys, is because they're all clean and I can watch it with kids and stuff, and it's great. So his channel is linked up down below, but also his family channel. And tell us a little bit about your family channel. What are you guys doing there?
Well, now we're doing daily vlogs, so we're trying to upload daily and edit daily, and it is a lot of work.
That's tough.
And so before, though, it's good though because I've never been consistent on our second channel ever. So I originally started that channel to kind of give people a behind the scenes look into what goes into the pranks, or bonus clips or extra footage, things like that, and family stuff, lots and lots of family stuff. But it was sporadic. I wouldn't upload anything for a month, and then I would upload every day for a week. And then several months. So it was very sporadic and inconsistent. And now, just as of maybe 2 weeks ago or something, we've been uploading every day. So hey, 2 weeks is a big deal for us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. We subscribe. We like watching you guys, and you guys can find them. It's either an interactive card around here you can click. There's also a link in the description that'll go to both of their channels. One of the things I like watching about you guys is that you guys like to have fun together as a family. I saw you one vlog. This was a couple weeks ago, but out riding the hoverboards with your son. Was that you and Chris? I think was out. You guys were out riding together, and even taking the kids to school in the car seems like a fun time. So, how do you guys? Is there anything that you do to intentionally try to have fun, or how does fun look like for you guys and your family? Because I think one of the things that fun really does is it helps build relationships, which is the ultimate goal of the family. So, what are some of you guys' favorite things to do together, and that you guys like doing together?
Well, we always try to have fun together, no matter what we're doing. Even if we're hanging around the house doing nothing, we try to, there's a lot of laughing going on all the time. And just like you mentioned, going out and riding the hoverboards, with Chris, that was a lot of fun. And we'll leave for a little while, and Sherry will be doing something with the babies, and the babies. They're 5 and 7. They're not babies, but they'll always be the babies. Yeah. They're graduating from high school. They're graduating from high school. The babies.
The babies are getting married.
Is there a way to make them stay this size? Well, maybe just after they get out of diapers, then make them stay that size.
Right?
Yeah, I know, man. It's tough, especially when we see babies like this. It's like, gee whiz, they get older so way too fast.
Yeah. Caitlin, I'm holding Chloe. That's who this is. Karis just went down for a nap, so this one's Chloe. So her twin is sleeping. Yep.
Are they identical?
It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are. Got identical twin girls.
Thankfully, they do look a little bit different from each other, so it gives us some chances of telling who's who.
Yeah.
You guys
Wear a little bracelet so you could tell them apart.
Yeah, well, we painted their toenails, see?
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
okay, nice.
She's pink, the other one's purple, so that helps us at bath time and stuff. We're like, what? Which one did you put down on the left?
Not me. I'd still be like, which one's pink?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we paint their toenails.
Well, if you ever forget, her bib has her name and her color, so.
Oh, that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's so smart.
So
Lots of tips.
I like Kaylee, I think is how you say that, Bailey's question. How can you spend more time with your kids in a fun way?
Honestly, just do more together and don't worry about, I think, what you're going to do. I mean, figure out what you're going to do and go have fun doing it. But seriously, like, you can have the best time of your life, I think, just playing a board game together as a family, because it starts a conversation going, and we don't play board games as much as we should. We should be playing more games. In fact, it's so much fun because you go around and it gets people laughing, and you get to know the family members better. Even your own kids, they get to know you. And really, no matter what you do, spend as much time together as a family as you possibly can.
Because it goes so fast.
It goes by so fast. Yeah.
Our oldest is going to be 20 in May, and it's just, that's possible. And he left home.
He moved out of the house.
Really
Tim.
sad.
Ridiculous.
So a week or two will go by, and I'll text him and say, "You have not texted or called me." And then I'll get a call. Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Not calling me.
But it's funny because we've always said, I mean, having this spectrum of having a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, but then also teenagers, and then one is out of that grown man. Oh my gosh. It's actually very rewarding, and it's really exciting too. Like, she has said, since Jake, our oldest, was a baby, she has said, we have to remember that we're raising adults. Yeah. We're raising men and women. We're raising human beings that need to go out and spread their wings and, become men and women.
Never.
Never.
Don't listen.
It's so easier said than done, man.
Oh, man.
For 18 years we said that.
I don't even want to think about those days.
About vlogging is you kind of get to keep the memories. So when you're old in your chair, you can go back and watch the videos and just
so great.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, we have home movies from when we were kids that are fun to put on and watch.
Yeah. Here's a good question here from Jan C. What are your kids' favorite places to go as a family? Is there any places you guys like, hey, if we need to have fun, we just go there?
They love the beach and the park.
The beach? Okay.
Oh, nice.
And just like playground parks or like kite parks? Cool.
Like,
just hang out?
Yeah. The babies want to go to the park, and the older kids, they like to go. Even out to dinner or lunch even.
Yeah. Where do we go?
We go to parks usually or go hiking.
Hiking's a good thing.
Stuff.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
Last weekend we actually just stayed in our backyard, and it was wonderful.
Oh, this past weekend?
Yeah, because we usually try to find a special place to go on Saturdays, but it is tough to get our crew out the door. And so we were like, why don't, because we were talking about let's load up all the bikes, let's go find a great park so we can teach the kids how to ride their bike. And I was like, can we just stay home and do it in our own yard? And it actually worked really, really good. Because the babies could nap, and then our older kids had both Tim and I's attention to be able to play and do stuff around the yard. So. And
one thing most people don't think about is how much work it is to get 6 little kids out the door, loaded into the car.
Most people don't have to think about that.
Yeah, I never anticipated it. It takes on average 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because by the time you get one's diaper changed and ready to go, then someone else is ready for a feeding, and then you feed them. By that time, someone else has been in the mud and they need a change of clothes, and then someone else doesn't make it to the restroom in time and pees in the middle of the kitchen. It's just it's impossible to get out the door.
I remember that when the babies were that age, it was like, okay, we're ready to go. Oh, we're gonna be late for church because now Jackson's pooped his diaper. Now you have to change his diaper.
Yeah.
It's
well,
the
church community we've been hanging out at has a Saturday evening service, so we've been going then instead. Makes such a big difference. All the stress and everything is way lower. Wow.
Yeah. And everything's like that. Not just leaving the house, but it's the same way trying to keep the house clean.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
We gave up that
is
a while ago.
Here. You want to see the real? Here's the truth. That mess back there. That's what it's really like.
Well, fortunately for you, it is totally dark to us, and we have no idea what that was like.
Yeah.
Word for it.
Someone asked a good question about divorce. It's easy. We can both sit here and talk about this from our perspective, but you guys have any advice for maybe a single mom or a single dad who wants to figure out how to have fun in the midst of a divorce? Fun with their kids, I mean.
I do. Do you?
Yeah, I mean, just, kind of put your troubles in the back of your mind and take your kids and say, hey, we're going to the beach, we're going to the park, we're going to go, to the movies or for a walk even. And we're just going to, put it behind us for now.
And I think also to expand on that, I think that, whether you're a single mom or a single dad, put all of your focus, really dive your focus into your kids.
Yeah.
Learn to really find all of your happiness and all of your, because really the truth is that is going to go very, very quickly. And once the kids are raised, you're going to have a whole life, ahead of you to still where now you can go out and you can do other things and really put all of that in. Because I've just talked to so many people who was so busy, I think, climbing up the corporate ladder and doing all these things and busy with their lives so much that they missed a lot,
Yeah.
And I think now's the time to really put all of that energy into raising the kids, and your time will definitely come, and God will reward you for that too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Chelsea Crockett, I'm assuming that's Brandon, or it might be Chelsea. I'm not sure. Who are you? But her dad, Brandon. But finding a church family to support you.
I'm just going to tell you, it's probably Brandon.
It's Brandon. Yeah, I assume so.
Here they give us a bad time.
Yeah, don't read it. Okay, let's just get past it.
Well, he said finding a good church family to support you is definitely, a great way to, not that, like, we certainly need that as well. So it's not like just if you're divorced, then you need a church, but like we have found like super awesome, to have those people, not just to take from like, hey, serve me, but also like we get to serve them back, as we're coming out of a busy phase of season of life, not busy, tired. We're still tired. Exhausted. We're just kind of like we're feeling a little bit more up to, we host about like a different family for dinner about every other Friday night or something. It's kind of like it's part of our family rhythm. We haven't done that for months now, but now the twins are about 4 months old and we're kind of like, okay, we can start getting back into that. And, and so it's not just about like joining someplace that'll serve you, but also so that you can have a good relationship and serve each other,
Absolutely. Brandon's right about that. And it's great because there's a sense of family there and you get an opportunity to, I always crack up at some of the odd, strange places where people will meet somebody else, or like a friend or, whatever. And sometimes they're just goofy places, If you want to meet somebody of substance, there are certain places where you can go to meet those people.
Yep.
Let's be smart about where we're going to go. And church is definitely a really good place to go.
Yeah, cool. So when you guys go out to have fun, I sense from your vlogs that it's kind of like a mindset that you have. It's not like okay guys, to-do list today, have fun with the family. Okay, check that out. It kind of seems like maybe it's personality related, maybe it's just like value related or something you guys believe or value or something, but what does that mindset look like for you guys? Is that something that other people can replicate? And if so, how? Or if not, we just need to have boring families? It just seems like you guys like just believe something. It's like, we're just gonna have fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, there's a little bit of truth, I think, to the fact that if you're doing vlogs and so you're specifically thinking about what's going to be in the vlog and what you're going to do. And so that is different than having a camera off and sitting around the house all day being bored, because we do have those days too where we're not really doing a whole lot and we're just not doing much, but I don't know, what do you think the decision making process is in doing that, deciding on what to do?
I think it's personality.
Yeah,
I think that's just who we are in general. We're just happy,
lighthearted, fun, happy people.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So is there anything that you guys do, like if your family's in a funk, is there anything that you're like, you know what, we got to break out of this and this is like what helps us get out? Or if someone else who's watching this, like their family's in a funk, what advice would you have for them that works well for you?
By funk, do you mean that a family?
We're tired. Like I'm thinking of me and Dana.
Something
We're tired. We're doing a lot lately with the kids. We're feeling overwhelmed with all this other stuff that's going on, and your kid's attitudes start acting up, and you're like, okay, I know this is not how this kid normally acts like this. Our family just needs to do something or get away, and discipline's not the solution. It's like we gotta like do something together as a family to break out. You know what I'm saying?
Or send it to grandma.
Send it to grandma. Hey, don't look back. I mean, I think sometimes it's a really small thing. Like, one of the things that we really like to do is we like to go out for frozen yogurt.
Yeah, that's a small.
And you just get the little baby froyo,
Yeah.
and like, I don't know, that's an easy thing that seems to kind of turn a mood around sometimes. For us, obviously, we're a family of faith, and so prayer is important. And I can't even tell you what a difference it makes at night. My favorite part of the day, every single day, is the early in the morning and late at night, because those are the quiet times you spend with, the kids, especially the little young ones, and they remember that. And you're reading and you do your bedtime prayers and all that kind of stuff. You just feel so much better, and everybody's kind of, peaceful at that point. But I think when we're all just kind of sitting around going, it can be something so quick. It can be a little walk, take the dog for a walk.
So many of us and so much going on. There's really no
funk. No funk in our lives.
There's not a lot of downtime. Either the babies are fighting, and so we're trying to break that up, or they're finally playing nice. And
We've had that, and the solution actually. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Was the solution we found was to, like, okay, everyone's crying, everyone's in a bad mood, and I think what we just need to do right now, like our whole family, like rhythm's thrown off, we just need to go to Chick-fil-A. And so we just went to Chick-fil-A. And like, instead of disciplining kids, it's like.
Let me tell you something, Tim. Chick-fil-A would be great, okay? Except this one does not like Chick-fil-A. So
horrible food.
The whole family has to suffer because this one does not like the bread stuff around the chicken at Chick-fil-A.
That's my favorite.
Well, you can get the grilled sandwich.
Mine too.
Taco Bell?
Anyway.
Chipotle?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. She can do.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I wouldn't do Taco Bell.
I don't like fast food.
You guys are destined for a life of misery. That's all it is.
Y'all have In-N-Out, right?
We need new guests on here now.
That's the fast food I like. In-N-Out.
And we all agree. We all agree with In-N-Out. I'm probably the least fan, probably the lesser fan of it. The whole family. I like. Okay.
You get gypped with the meat.
Well, you gotta order a 3x3 to get a regular size.
You guys have Five Guys?
Wait.
Oh, dude.
I don't like that.
There we go.
Five Guys, those Cajun fries, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Five Guys knows how to do a burger too.
That's like, I had In-N-Out. Everyone's like raving about it. First time I was out in California, I checked it out. I was like, do you guys have Five Guys? They're like, don't even. I was like, yes, Five Guys, like hands down.
Right, exactly. Now we're talking burger.
Better than Five Guys is Fat Burger. Now that's got good fries.
We haven't been to one of
that
those.
That name just sounds like I shouldn't eat it.
Which probably means it's delicious.
Yeah, it is. It is.
There's
good.
a good question from someone. Oh, Christina Watson. So I know what we've been talking about so far as having fun as a family. It sounds like you have to spend money to have fun. Now, Sherry, you said going to the park, right? Going to the beach. Those are free. You guys have any other ideas of like free fun things?
I got
yes, Jack.
Free froyo. Go to the frozen yogurt. They give you all little cups. Fill it up. They'll never tell you to leave.
That's funny. Do people stand around with your little cups though, like making sure you're not doing too much? Like our people won't give us the cups anymore.
They give us little spoons.
Or sometimes now I've seen people where like they'll fill up your cup for you and then give it to you. Like you have to tell them what you want.
Some places are like that. Yeah, that's true.
So you gotta find the ones that don't do that yet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, like earlier, one of the things I mentioned was taking the dog for a walk. It really is the little things, and don't ever think that you're too busy or don't have enough time. And right now I'm kind of preaching to the choir a little bit, to be honest, because I have been swamped. But honestly, you always have time. You always have time to spend with the family. You always do. Even if it's, listen, it's those little
field trips with your kids, because once they get past, 4th grade, there's no more field trips. And then you're like, oh, why didn't I do it?
They are literally like 5 minutes out of your day. Those are the moments that your kids are going to remember. You guys, it's those little, hey, remember that one time? Those are the things that they're really going to remember growing up. I remember something so stupid. When I was a kid, I didn't have a dad growing up. So I had a stepdad that turned out really, really great. But my biological father left my mom when she was pregnant with me. And it was one of these little trips that he said he had to go away on business. And I've been waiting for him ever since, Tim. And he never came back.
Yeah.
But it was fine because God sent somebody else, and this guy turned out to be just an incredible guy, very funny, a man of God, all of these things that I wanted to be as a dad. So there was that example. But one of the things that I remember about being a kid, it was the dumbest memory. It's just he and I sitting out on the front porch eating peanuts and thinking it was the coolest thing in the world that he just let you just throw the shells on the ground. And little mounds of shells would pile up.
I have a similar memory, but with watermelon seeds. Yeah.
There you go. And what happens? Does anybody ever clean that up? No, they just go away. It all just kind of goes back into the earth or whatever. And as a kid, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And, it just reminded me of not a dollar was spent, you know what I mean, on those kinds of moments. And it really, those are the things that kids think is cool. They're going to remember sitting and walking and hanging out with mom and dad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a similar thing for me. And basically, I've been busy lately too, but I have one project that I need to do for a client. They already paid for it, and they're just waiting. I was out of town last weekend, so I emailed them like, hey, I didn't get a chance to do it. And so here I am now. I'm like live streaming instead of doing it. And, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put my family first, and then I might pull an all-nighter tonight or something, but it's like, what's going to happen? What's the worst that's going to happen if I got to report due a little late as opposed to like going and do something with your family or kids, so.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Marwin Nightingale asked, do you guys turn things like chores in your house into family fun? I think I lost it. Sorry, I scrolled up pretty far.
Actually, yes.
But like cleaning and stuff?
Yes. When the older kids were younger, it was if I were to tell them, go clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen, do the laundry, they would fight and cry and be mad. So what I did was I wrote every chore I wanted done, and I put it in a hat. And I mixed it up, and I let them pick. They had to pick three jobs out of the hat, and then they were happy to do that. And then they would even switch with each other. They'd be like, hey, do you want to do the dishes? Sure, I'll do the bathroom or whatever. And that's how I made it fun and stop fighting and stop the complaining.
Huh. So did Jack, was he trying to barter with his little kids about
Chris, I'll trade you the trash for the dishes.
Like, I got $5. I'm out of all of these. I'll just give you each $5.
Our oldest actually would do that. He would actually pay his brothers and sisters to take his
all the time. Happened all the time.
Nice.
Those are memories too. And sometimes you'll see that things aren't quite done the way that you expected it to be. But it's really, again, your kids are making memories too. And sometimes you have to decide on what you're going to enforce and what you're going to let slide through the cracks once in a while to kind of look at the overall big picture,
Yeah. One of the things that I don't know, Jack, how much you how involved is your family in like your business stuff? Pretty involved or not really? Is that something you guys do together?
They are very involved in that they always know everything that I'm doing. My oldest son in the house, Chris, who's 16, he'll be 17 soon. He's great at holding the camera and getting the shots that I need for filming. So I love that. Madison is
focused on her own
singing and stuff like that. So we're all kind of, and then now with the vlogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the kids are kind of we're all involved in it together. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess one of the things that we found that's been helpful is like not trying to separate as much. Like, this is family time, this is work time, this is meal time, this is like I have all these buckets, education time, and that's part of the reason like we homeschool is so that like we can have like more integrated, like, so I'm trying to find ways to like do business, have my kids be a part of my business, so we're spending time together there. Their education with homeschooling, we're spending time together there, so it's less of like, all right, now we can pick you up from school, we got 2 hours with you before bedtime, but we got to work on your homework, just like we're just trying to like, how do we do that, and we're still figuring that out. But one of the things I do like doing, like you mentioned with vlogs, it's something that we get to do together that's also part of our family economics, and they're contributing. So it's like trying to integrate for us as best as we can figure that out has been really helpful, rather than trying to think of everything as just separate silos.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
Do your kids always get along off camera? Isabel asks.
No.
I do. I don't know what's wrong with your guys, but my.
Wow. Okay.
Hashtag liar.
A lot of these people, Tim.
Chris and Madison always get along. It's rare that they ever fight. But the babies, they fight all the time.
And
You'll
honestly,
even see them fight on camera.
Honestly,
probably.
you guys, it's the age. It's just the age thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got two, little 5 and a 7-year-old, and there's toy issues and things like that. But what's exciting to us is just watching the kids grow to 14, 16, and almost 20. When he was in the house, 17, 18,
Yeah, they
got along. I mean, it was, and really, I gotta say, I think that the key to that is don't be so glued to this stupid screen that your whole world is just focused on this and not looking around. God made everything else.
Watching other people's families instead of spending time with your own.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy,
that's
really getting convicting.
You gotta do both.
Yeah. I mean, when do you catch up on YouTube stuff? When you're
I'm feeding the girls.
Feeding the girls, yeah.
Because then you'll be like, did you see this? I'm like, nope.
Fortunately, my job kind of like is a part of it, so I can get away with it maybe more than most people, but yeah. I mean, Jared even commented, he's like, hey, I like earlier back in the call, in the live stream, he was like, I'm spending time watching you guys instead of being with my family. I was like, ooh.
Go get your family. Go gather them around.
As long as this time helps you feel more energized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch all together.
But what you said, Tim, I like what you said about trying to integrate your kids and this time that you spend with them in with your job and stuff. That's pretty cool, right? Kind of like how me and Chris are now, and Madison.
And you did it with Jake before he moved.
And I did that same thing with Jake, and I do it with the young ones too. And the cool thing is when you are reading something on Facebook, a comment comes in or whatever, pick and choose those comments that you can like share some of that stuff with the kids and actually look what this person said and that person and have a conversation about that.
Yeah. I mean, when I have meetings, I tend to work with people that will be okay with kids, like it's not like a requirement, but it definitely makes me more excited to work with you. So I had a client out in Colorado, and so I was flying out there every month, and I took my daughter with me once, so it's just for her first time on a plane. I do meetings here in town with people. Like I had a meeting this afternoon with a guy for a few hours, and he brought his daughter over to our house for our meeting, and she hung out with our kid, so even like it's just not, oh, daddy's working and everyone like hates that. It's like, oh, daddy's working, awesome, so and so gets to come over to our house now, and just trying to make it fun that way best that we can. One last question I thought was good. What if you just have bad relationships with your family? How can maybe having fun together, like maybe you have a bad relationship with your mom or one of your siblings or your dad or something, like you're together but you just don't like each other. Any advice for that family?
I think I do have a little bit of advice. I think if you're really not getting along with your family member, then the thing you have to look at is every single loving relationship takes effort. Every single loving relationship takes effort. It really does. And the more effort you put into it, the more you love that person, and the more you're going to get along with that person and accept your differences and just love each other. If you don't put anything into it and you just kind of always accept that negative cloud kind of always hovers over things, you know, and you want to really, when you don't feel like it. I remember a guy a long time ago, a good friend of mine several years back, came to me and he said, you know, the thought of my wife, this is going to sound terrible, but he said, we just don't get along. We're happy. He was on the brink of divorce. It was a very serious situation. And I told him this, and I said, you know, when's the last time you've given her flowers? And he said, to be honest with you, Jack, the thought of giving her flowers makes me sick to my stomach. I was like, oh, man, so sad. And I said, listen, you have to put that effort in there, though. As sick as it may make you feel, you have to put that effort in. Just do it. He started to, we followed up on it, and sure enough, you know, it's a proven method. I mean, you have to put that into the relationship. It's the same thing like in, am I okay to keep talking? There's something else on.
Yeah,
no,
go
good,
for it.
Good.
I feel like I'm on like this spree, and she knows that I go on.
No, this is good for us to hear and listen and learn from as well.
It's true. It's true also in your faith, which is something that I am not ashamed to say, that we are Christians. And it's, you start to feel more distant even from God, the less time you spend away from him, right? So it's important to even invest in that relationship through prayer, reading of the word, things like that. And it's the same thing in human relationships. When you're with friends, with your spouse, with your kids, you have to invest that time, even if you don't feel like it. And everything else is going to follow later. It's all going to be okay in the end. So you have to.
Yeah, and he did it, and actually it saved everything.
He did it, and it did save his marriage. Yeah, he just kind of implement. I'm not saying like I didn't, but I'm just saying that after taking those steps and really like investing into that relationship, it really helped, and we followed up, and your heart starts to change is what happens. You start to feel like, ooh, I'm invested in this. You start to see the good in that other person and less of the bad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, we've been learning that too, just us in our relationship.
Yep.
I mean, we have, if you're not careful, or I should say intentional is a better word, like we have so many kids and business stuff and people like that need time and need attention, and the kids like by default somehow just take higher priority, you know, like because there's always one crying. Like we're watching this one right over here, so I keep looking like she's about to be done, you know, so we're like watching the time bomb. When do we need, you know, and so we're like not paying attention to each other, and then our relationship starts to, you know, not be as good as well. And so it's about that.
And listen,
gotta do date night.
Date night, we noticed the exact same thing. It's exactly like building a house, and you guys are the foundation, and we're the foundation, and the kids came later, right? So it's very important to keep that foundation strong so that everything else, all the pieces, the shingles, we'll just call the kids the shingles.
Not the disease, the thing.
The icing on top.
You wish.
I don't know why I went there, but
the disease.
I had shingles once, and I guess that's why it was like right. It was right up here. It's gone now. But.
Oh really? I hear that.
I forgot about that.
Now we're on a whole other topic. Now. I'm talking about shingles, everybody.
Have you had shingles?
Let's get super personal now. Yeah, we played tennis today. We have a nanny who's
for like
here.
20 minutes until we got kicked off. Apparently it's tennis season and we didn't know
that. Big tennis players. We just got like beginner level rackets and a couple balls.
We pretty much just chase the balls all over the court because we can't hit it back and
forth. Which is
forth.
good exercise. Probably better than someone who can really play tennis.
I want to play.
Ever.
She's never played.
It's fun. It's fun. You just have to be ready to sprint a lot.
Yeah.
Probably why I've never played.
It's just like ping pong.
I'm hoping we'll sprint less as we get better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that point though to like spending time with each other, if your relationships are bad, like the relationships that you have are going to be good are the ones that you invest in. And when you get married, usually you're like, this is awesome, it rocks, you know, and like, this is going to be forever. And then most people find out like, oh man, you're not perfect, I'm not perfect, and we got issues to work through. And then it's like, and you guys probably know way better than we do because you guys have so much more experience. We're still learning, like, man, there's a lot of things like we got to work through in order for this relationship to work. And so we're committed to it and we're working through it. But sometimes people are just like, you know what, this just isn't easy, and so I'm done, you know, and that's really unfortunate sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for any of you guys who are watching, that's your family situation, but I think if you are in a position where you can do like what Jack said and start investing into those relationships, getting flowers for that person, writing a little note, just saying thank you maybe might be a step in the right direction for something, even little, you know.
Yeah.
And just taking the initiative to do that if you're able to. So
Yeah, it's a real good step to change the other person's heart.
yeah.
You know?
Cool. Well, you guys have a lot more good questions here, but I think we're gonna wrap it up. For the people who just popped in while we were doing this, Jack, where can people find you? And then I have something else I'll tell you guys about. But
Cool.
where can people find you? What are you guys doing on YouTube? Links below.
Jack Vale Films.
Vale family is, I'll be honest with you, I love Jack Vale Films because that's where the funny, the pranks, the sketches, the fun stuff is. But we have so much fun together as a family, and I can't think of anything I'd rather do than be focused right now on my family vlog channel because it's just so much fun.
Yep.
So Vale family is our channel that we're doing daily vlogs on now.
Cool. You guys can go check it out. There's a link in the description below. Also, some of you guys asked, I'm going to change what you guys see here on the screen, for Tim, how can we keep up with your live streams? Like, how do we get notified of them? The best way is actually join our text messaging list, and you can see it here on screen. Just text Schmovies to 43506, and then we will just send you guys a text message notification about a half hour before we go live so that you get the notification. You just tap the link in the text message and come join us wherever you're at. So it'd be awesome to have you guys. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And
do we know who's on next week?
Yes, next week is Ellie and Jared are going to be on with us next week.
Cool.
So that'll
be fun.
Be fun to hang out with them a little bit and talk with them. But it's awesome to see you guys, though. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you so much.
You guys,
thank you.
Go check them out. Thanks, Chelsea and Michaela and Olivia, everyone who's here, Amantai and Nahor Family Vlogs. You guys have been awesome. And we will see you guys next Tuesday. Actually, we'll see you tomorrow for our vlog. It's her birthday vlog.
Oh,
So,
Cool. Happy birthday, Dana.
Thank you.
So her birthday vlog's
My
tomorrow.
birthday present was my tennis rackets. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then he bought it at Dick's Sporting Goods, and we just talked.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
And hey, the Fudgers are here. Good to see you guys. And then Thursday we'll be live streaming. That's when we live stream together as a family. So all the kids, it gets a little crazy. We try not to.
We don't do it for very long.
Yeah, I'll last for like 10 to 15 minutes because the kids get so excited and it's really hard to juggle them all. But we love doing that with you guys, and you guys love it. It's a great time to just ask the kids little questions, and they love answering them.
They love showing off.
So that'll be
unedited because they know it.
So that'll be Thursday at a random time. Whenever the kids are in a good mood, that's when we tell like, okay, go live now, go before it's over. You know. So sign up, text Movies to 43506, and you get the notification about that then. Thanks for hanging out. Check out the Vales, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.